record. If you could share your name and what you do.
I am Matt Anastasio, and I'm a teacher / coach. This is my 28th year. I teach math, and I coach football and baseball.
Outstanding. You shared at FCA last spring that you had had a health scare some time ago. What happened?
In 2014, into the middle of football season, my stomach started really bothering me, and so I went to the doctor, and I had what they call diverticulitis. They gave me some medicine for it, came home, started hurting about a week later. Went back, they put a stent through my belly button to drain because it had formed a cyst about the size of my thumb. And they thought that could do it, and it didn't drain it. And then about another week after that, had a really bad episode where it was really hurting, went back, and now the cyst was as big as my hand. They had to do emergency surgery. So they took out about 3 to 4 inches of my large intestine, put me back together. I had a colostomy bag for about 3 months. And after that, and had another surgery to take the colostomy bag out. Then I had another surgery with all of a sudden I've lost my mind on what it's called. All the where your insides are kind of sticking out, and so they had to do a tummy tuck, and that's why they said, "Coach, you're never going to look the same." And I said, "I don't care as long as I'm healthy." And my life kind of changed when that doctor, when I had that emergency surgery on the third time, he said, "You didn't know how close you were to dying." And from there, I have said that every day I wake up, it's a godsend. And I know people aren't like that, but I am now. I take more time to pray for other people. If it's me, my family, I pray for my sons and my wife. I've gotten, I think, closer to God. I'm not an overly church Bible person, but my upbringing was in Catholic, went to a college, university, and Baptist, and kind of been around different religions. And Catholics, it's kind of like we're straightforward, we do this and do that. But with this scare, I think it's been more of enjoying sunsets is what me and my wife do more than we ever have, because God's created all that, and we want to relax and enjoy and be able to sit out and watch sunsets and say prayers for people.
Okay. How would you say your faith has changed from before the health scare to where you are now?
Well, I think the biggest way my faith has changed, and I think I can say this: Catholics, we go to church and we listen to the gospel, and we take communion and kind of go on from there. And the priest does a good job of saying, what the gospel's about, or what it is for the week, just like a Baptist would, going off and preaching on the same thing. But I think more of it just being in the routine of, here's a routine of going on this day, here's a routine of going on this day, here's the routine of going on this day, is now that that's gone, is it's turned into an everyday deal. Not routine on going places, but really thinking about what the guy upstairs, has a plan for all of us. And the plan's different for all of us. And sometimes it's like, what the heck are you doing? And you never know until about 7-8 years later that, I'm in Llano, Texas, and I've got land, and I can see my donkeys and my goats and my horse and my dogs and my chickens and a duck. And seeing all that and be able to go, this is what God is wanting me for. He took me on that path where it was tough, had surgeries, took me into someplace else, but somehow I'm here. Okay, I'm like that because he didn't want me to be a head coach anymore. Okay, I got you up there on that. And so I'm loving what I'm doing. And, so I really think that I've changed on not being just Sundays, okay, but being 7 days a week and really thinking about, what's he doing? What's his plan? How is his plan going? Am I trying to work towards that plan, even though I don't know what it is? I kind of see it now. And, really helping my boys out because they're now out of college, or one's still in college, but, kind of helping them out with decisions, not on daily, but trying to go, hey, what's he thinking about? Has he done anything on that end? So, I don't mean to be funny on this, but Catholics, we go light candles if something happens and pray. I haven't really lit candles, but I have lit a candle inside of me on praying more for my family and other people.
Outstanding. Many people would see emergency surgery, a big death scare like that, as a curse. It seems like you've allowed it to be a blessing. Could you explain kind of how your mindset would be different from somebody who thought of it as a curse?
Before then, when it happened, I thought it was a curse. I thought that, being a head coach at my hometown at Gregory Portland, that was my dream job. That was where I was at. But when I look back 5-6 years, it's been a while since I've been there. I think it almost killed me. And I think, more than just having that surgery, my mental thing wasn't there. I got away from God because it was like, I have to work. And I got away too far away from on I got to work. What the heck is work? Work is something that we do in our life to keep our minds going and not just go crazy. But I got away from him, and when the surgeries came, I couldn't do anything except lay in bed. And I found out my family was around me, but you find out who your friends are, your real friends are, when things happen. And I found out that wasn't a place for me, that where I was at. And so he showed me a crazy way on doing that, but he showed me some stuff. And ever since then, me and my wife have been so much happier. I don't grab my wife anymore. I don't know how you say relaxed. I don't know. You almost die and you get relaxed. I don't know. I think if you really want to know what stuff is, if you ever have a colostomy bag, that's not fun for 3 months. And so I had a colostomy bag on. I had to do different things to empty it, which is, I'm not going to get into all that. But after that, I started just talking to the guy upstairs, not every day. I always say a prayer when I go to bed. But it was been more than when I lost him. I didn't have enough time, and that made me realize, working's not life. Working's a part of life, but for me, working ain't the whole thing.
Yeah.
Family, I say it the 3 F's: faith, family, and football, in that order. And so that's how I live by. And me and my wife have gotten closer. We've been married now 28 years. Please, gosh, hope that is. Yeah, 28 years. And, beforehand, we were kind of, when I was a head coach, or even before that, we were kind of at each other with all the stress. And then when this happened, we both realized we haven't, how do you say, haven't seen each other in our eyes. We saw each other, but no, we didn't see each other. So now we're seeing each other. We spend time. We love when the boy, time has slowed down since I was that head coach and since my surgeries on, like the kids, they ask me, Coach, how's your day going? I said, I opened my eyes up this morning. It's going great. And people don't think like that, but I, after a scare like that, I do. My eyes open up. Hey, there's a lot of people in this world, their eyes ain't opening up. And even though bad things could happen, my eyes are opened up. Let me see where I'm going to go this today and help my thinking is I'm going to help the young people become, as a football coach and baseball, the wins and losses will come, but if I can make them to great young men and young fathers down the road, and even in class, to tell the kids, you're my sons and daughters while you're in here. They laugh about that, but I do, see if I can, do a little fatherly thing to them every now and then. And I think that's how, am I reading the Bible more? No. Have I read the Bible? Yes. Do I study the Bible? Not as much as I should, but I think throughout life, all the little things that the guy upstairs you look back on when you get our age, and you look back on and you go, thank you. I don't know what what I was thinking back then, but thank you for slapping me off that path and putting me on this path. And it's been more of it's been more enlightening, I guess you would say. Just me and my family getting closer together. Faith, family, and football in that order.